Another year's gone by. I'm so glad you're with me. The way you lift me up with the love you give me. It's good to know that you'll be mine when days are blue. Oh, what a dream come true.
Welcome to the Orange is the New Black podcast. We're talking season 5, episode 11. I'm Rob Southgate.
I'm Martha Southgate.
And this is called Breaking the Fiberboard Ceiling.
Red and the others weigh their options. Gloria wrestles with her conscience as she moves forward with a plan, and Lorna takes over the pharmacy.
Yeah, pretty good description.
Although Lorna had taken over the pharmacy before that in the last episode.
So not necessarily.
So that was kind of strange.
And it kind of left out the fact that it says Red and the others weigh their options, but
maybe they didn't want to spoil.
Okay, all right. I'm not throwing any hate at these people that wrote this. So where do you want to start with?
Okay, let's start with Piscatella. So they've got him down in the pool.
Yeah.
And
not the poo.
No, the pool. And he's tied up and
How about that
drugged.
scene when they were trying to get him down there? And they're like trying to get him down. They're all fighting to wrestle this giant guy. And then they toss him. I thought they were going to throw him.
I was like, seriously, he's going to die. Okay.
But they threw him onto the stairs, onto that board, and he slid down.
Yeah.
Like, that was pretty ingenious.
Pretty smart.
Yeah.
And Alex couldn't help because her arm is broken.
Yeah.
And
thank you, Piscatella.
The one, I always forget her name, has the knee.
I can't remember
the one
her name
old
either.
lady.
Yes.
And
she's literally been on the show since the first minute of the first episode.
Okay, I'll look her up.
No, we don't need to. We don't need to. We'll get her another time. So, yeah, she couldn't help because her knee, I mean, they're all banged up, and he really did a number on these guys.
Well, she wasn't in there with them. She just is.
But, I mean, in general, a lot of the crew, the rest of the crew is older,
right,
and they can't do it. So it's a bad situation. But they get him tied up.
Yeah.
And
then Red wants to go at him, and so they tie her up. Norma tricked her.
Yes.
And then Frida was very impressed, and she's like, "Were you a Girl Scout?"
Right. I loved when they were like trying to figure out, they're going, the rope's not going to hold them. We got to do something more. And they made essentially a stockade out of that picture.
One of those things you stick your faces in.
Yeah, why
at
she
a
has
zoo
that
or
down there, I don't know. But
so funny.
That was great. They made like a stockade out of it, and he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, he could smash that thing he's really strong.
I don't know. He's tied up. He's got this thing around. That's like the cone on a dog. They can't get out of that. So
I would say if Frida did it, he's not getting out.
I would say that's true.
So they're trying to figure out how to ration Frida's food.
Yes.
Because they're not exactly team players.
Well, they're not being very respectful of Frida's
No, they're
stuff
breaking her stuff
and her food, and she's calling them out on it.
Yeah.
Even Yoga Jones, flipped the chessboard.
Broke her chessboard.
But she apologized because she realized that was bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she's got crazy stuff down there too. She's got the Toastums, but then she's got Quisp, and she has.
Yeah, we used to eat that when we were kids.
What was it? Fruit something?
Well, those were made up. Fruit Brutes or something.
No, Fruit Brute's real.
What?
Just like Quisp.
Well, Quisp is real.
That's real stuff.
She's
How
got.
dare you think that's
Chex
fake?
Mix.
Yes. Yes.
And,
Are you still going through what she has in her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She has a fluffernutter.
Does she have poppycock? I'm just wondering.
Oh my gosh, your dad would love that.
Yes. So.
Not for himself, just for everybody else.
Right,
You want some poppycock?
Right.
How about you? You want some poppycock?
Maybe just like saying poppycock.
Could be.
Who doesn't? So basically, he's still tied up.
Mm-hmm.
They are
and drugged and out of it.
They've essentially come to the resolution that none of this is going to end well, no matter what.
Yeah.
But then, and this is towards the end of the episode, but we might as well go there. Gina had filmed him through that crack in the
Yes.
door. So she got him
Yeah.
torturing.
They have him dead to rights.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
He is in trouble.
Yeah, and right as he's saying, well, you're inmates.
Well, and-
They're not going to believe you.
Right.
Oh.
Well, and it's funny because each episode we're watching, we're going, it's getting worse and worse for the inmates. The guy dies.
Right.
There's, all this stuff. And it looks like there's not going to be any way out for them. And even Maria said it at one point, like, we're in here
for life.
for life. Yet this with Piscatella does make a pretty strong case for why this all happened. You want to know why? Like, here are our demands. If you take all the demands into account and then you look at what, Humphrey got shot. When they said the stuff about Humphrey, was that real? Well, yeah, because actually
he brought the gun in.
and Judy King said it
Backed
on
it up,
TV.
yes.
And now they've got video of Piscatella, who's the CO,
Yes.
doing this. Okay. Now you've got a pretty strong case.
Yeah, they're thinking that it's going to hurt their case.
The dead guard is going to hurt their case. But this, I think,
I don't
just
think
helped
it should
them.
hurt their case. Daya's already confessed.
Right. She's
And
already.
she's in Max. So
Right.
it has no reflection on the other people.
Right. Although they weren't forthcoming about it. So it could be that they were harboring this, but who knows? I think that this goes a long way to showing what a messed up situation this is.
So we've got Lorna is withholding medicines because she's convincing all of the people who need them that they don't need them.
Right.
So that's going to be chaos.
She's really gone off the deep end too, because she's saying I don't need them. But if you listen to what she says, it's always describing her
Yes.
situation.
Yeah,
It's all
absolutely.
her being in this state and saying, look, they call me crazy, but
Right.
Or they call you crazy, but you're not
Right.
crazy, even though crazy stalker might be a term, and you're
Right.
like, wait a minute, you're the only one that's
Yes.
the crazy stalker. So yeah, she's withholding medications.
Yes, she takes the pregnancy test,
Yes,
and she's actually pregnant.
that is crazy.
But see, they had a conjugal visit.
Right. And once again, we don't know what the time frame is
Right.
on any of this, especially when on this episode now we did get a little more perspective when Boo said Attica lasted 4 days.
Right.
At best, they're going to come in within the next 24 hours and kill us all.
Yeah.
They haven't reached Attica State yet.
Right.
So we're probably on day 2, inching into
Maybe
day 3.
Well, they're in the middle of the night,
right.
so they're day 3 now. So
right.
they were because most of the show was 2 a.m, I think, or somewhere in there.
Right. Something like that.
So Lorna is actually pregnant. That'll be fun to see Nikki's expression when she sees that
That she's
that
actually
thing,
pregnant.
when she sees the test strip. And Suzanne is just gone.
She needs her medication.
She needs her medication so bad, and I wanted to cry. Oh my gosh, she was breaking my heart.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad for her. It's like she has a condition.
Yeah.
She needs this medication.
Yes. And she knows that she does.
Yeah.
And she was willing to take it. It was that Lorna wouldn't let her.
Right.
And then when she was sitting there and Cindy says, here, do you want your medicine? And Suzanne said, is it going to make me good?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she was trying to claw her way through the ceiling to get
Breaks
to
my
heaven. She's like,
heart.
I want to be in the better place. I want to be in the
I wanna
good
be
place.
good.
And you're like,
yeah.
oh,
It's so sad.
so sad. And then, see, now this is scary. Cindy did not give her medication. She
Oh
gave
my
her
gosh.
lithium.
We have no idea what that's going to do for her.
We don't know what the dosage should be. We don't know if that's going to hurt her. Or Cindy might be right. Maybe it'll be enough that it will calm things down and she'll fall asleep.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no
But
clue.
I am terrified that she doesn't have that dosage right, and she could really hurt her.
I keep saying it. I have this bad feeling that we're going to have some people that are going to die.
You don't think she's going to kill Suzanne?
I don't know. I don't know.
No.
That would be terrible if Cindy killed Suzanne, not only would it be sad that Cindy's dead or that Suzanne's dead, but Cindy, who is not a killer.
Oh no, she would never forgive herself.
No, but I
don't
really
know
hope.
why. I would have just gone back to. I would have either asked Suzanne, "What do you take?" There's no way Suzanne doesn't know.
She knew the times and everything.
Yeah.
She would absolutely know.
And she saw the medicines.
But I think that they were just trying to calm this down so fast.
But wait a second. She saw the bag of medicine when Lorna had it.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, that's my medicine."
Right.
So first of all, she would recognize the bottles.
Right. So why did she
Second of all,
take
she
this?
knows how many tablets
And
she
she
gets.
didn't resist when Cindy gave it to her.
Right.
I don't know. Or maybe she's that far gone.
But Lorna could have told her also. She could have gone back there and threatened the hell out of Lorna and said, "Tell me what she takes
Right.
so that I give her the right thing."
Yeah, I mean this was either a little bit of a plot hole, something that
Or she just would never have known that Lorna had that information.
Right. I don't know. I hope it doesn't end.
I hope Suzanne
Tragically.
doesn't die.
Right.
Okay, what else is there?
Boy.
Oh my gosh, Gloria. Okay, so Gloria has
this
all
made me
the
cry.
guards going into the poo.
This was really brilliant. And it
And
did
then
like
she's going to cut a hole in the fence.
it did like an 80s montage moment when it had that music playing and she was capturing each of the guards and putting them
Yes.
in the poo. And I was like, this is pretty funny. It reminds me of like, a John Hughes movie or something.
So she makes the mistake of telling Maria.
Well, Maria was onto her, too.
I know, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Maria found her in a very weak moment
Yeah.
and used that. And I kept thinking, Maria's going to follow her out.
Maria said it, though.
I didn't expect Maria to take it for her.
If you think about what Maria said to Gloria in that scene, she was broadcasting it.
And she said, "You were doing the right thing.
You're doing
Any
the right
one of
thing.
us would do this for our kid."
Yeah. Anyone would do this. I can't blame you.
Right.
So she was setting her up that, like, I'm going to do this. I figured out your plan and I'm going to do this. She knew what she was going to do at that moment.
But I just
wish
thought,
that they had
I was
worked
thinking
together.
that she was going to just follow her out.
Yeah. I wish they had worked together, but Maria wants to get to her
Right.
girl so badly too. I mean,
So-
that was really what caused all of her issues, where she thought she had this extended time and she snapped. So her drive to be with her daughter is that strong.
So she's out.
But oh my God, Gloria.
Most of the guards are gone now, are all out.
Yeah, all you have left is Luchek
The meth
and
heads.
Piscatella.
The meth heads brought that guy out, the one stripper guy,
Right.
and he runs out through the
There goes our
fence.
finger.
So they lost him, and Gloria tried to run out after him, and they stopped her.
They stopped her. Oh,
And so she was devastated, saying, he's going to think I lied to him. And they're like, "Yeah, it's just one of them countless times you've lied to him." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So Gloria's done. Her heart is broken. She's completely freaking out. So now all we have, I think, is Luchek and Caputo.
No, he's not. Oh, well, he is, but he's negotiating. It's Luchek is their
Still
prisoner,
there.
and then or their hostage, and then Piscatella that they don't know
Piscatella.
is their hostage,
Yeah.
and technically Caputo, but he's in there doing the negotiations. He's not really being held now.
Right.
He's part of the process.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean they're losing hand very quickly. Fortunately, nobody got injured in that exchange. I don't see Luchek going anywhere until they free him.
Yeah.
He's not exactly motivated.
But I wonder how many more inmates are going to run out of that hole.
Right. Do you think they're going to try and seal it up, or do you think they're going to?
I have no idea.
And do you think this
And
is
who is
all
they?
going to break
The
bad
inmates?
on
You
Gloria?
think they're inmates who are going to seal it up? Most of the
most of the inmates
most of the
know
ones
that they
who
could
do
go
the
out.
right thing do are downstairs.
Right, but they know that they could go out. They're just going to go to the shoe.
No, the one guy ran the opposite way into the woods.
Yeah, but they're still going to find them that way.
How? If they don't know they're gone?
Guard?
No. They don't know they're gone. If no one knows that there's a hole in the side of the fence.
So you think that, no, something doesn't make sense then.
Okay.
And you might be right, but something doesn't make sense. So Gloria's plan was to get them and cut that hole in the fence, release these guys, and she was going to become a fugitive.
She was going with them. No. She was going with them to say, see, I did my job.
So do you think Maria
went with them?
And
said, look, I released the hostages all
but
on my own.
Anyone else could end up just becoming a fugitive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking if they run the opposite, that guard ran the opposite direction. He went into the woods.
Okay.
He went like off into.
I wonder if he went to that cabin. Remember the cabin?
Right. The other ones went around the all of the stuff is at the front of the building. It's on the other side of the building.
Sure.
They wouldn't run into the woods.
Right. They'd run that. They'd go left.
They'd go
left. Yeah.
And he ran right into he went running into the woods.
Right.
So why would it stop? Why would
the doctor, the nurse, the prison nurse is gone.
Where'd he go?
Well, he would have been he was locked up in one of those in the poo.
Oh, so
and
she let him all
were
go?
opened up. So he went too.
Oh, no.
Even though he wasn't a hostage until those meth heads put him in the poo.
Right.
Those morons.
So what would stop some of these women
from just running off into the woods?
From running into the woods?
Once again, it's that fear of becoming a fugitive. You may get some, but at this point, I doubt it. I think they know that if they run into the woods, they're extending their prison sentence. And they all believe that the negotiations are going well.
They are.
They are, but that amnesty is going to be off the table with the dead guard. Mm-hmm. And they already said that.
Yeah, we know that.
And if that's the case, some of these women might not get out of prison.
Right.
Because of this incident.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I don't know.
It's going to be interesting to find out. So, Boo and Linda.
So Boo found
the phone.
Right.
Found her phone and saw the pictures of her with Caputo.
Right.
And
Linda was slipping up anyway.
She's livid.
Yeah, but Linda was slipping up anyway. She kept.
Yes.
Boo was totally falling for Linda too. And I think Linda has fallen for Boo, but she was saying things. She was letting her guard down, and Boo was questioning him, not knowing.
Well, and it was weird because, like she said, oh, in Utica they have this, and she's like, "Well, I thought you were from Connecticut."
Yeah.
You know what?
People travel.
I could just as easily have said, "Oh, this takes me back to the spas in Minneapolis or something." It doesn't. Just because you're from somewhere doesn't mean that you always live there. You live in. She could live in lots of places.
We've been to Dublin. You could say something about Dublin.
Right.
It reminds me of the spas in Dublin.
Right.
Oh, but I thought you were from Utica.
You have to stay in Connecticut if you were ever from Connecticut. That
was a little strange.
So that one didn't really ring too true for me.
It was to show that she's slipping a little bit. Mm-hmm. And Boo saw the picture, and then Boo was not happy.
No.
And I like that it didn't go on.
Right.
I like that Boo confronted her.
She confronted her.
She was a little passive aggressive, and then as soon as they said, Linda says, "What's wrong?" She goes, she just laid it out there.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with all that. I don't know. Is Boo going to find a way to forgive Linda so that because I think Boo is in love. And
I don't think so.
Will Linda just go on to the next thing, which is probably what she's going to do?
I think it was way too short. It's only been a couple of days.
Yeah.
That they've even known each other. I think Boo could get over her pretty damn fast.
She was
that's a
right
crush at that point.
Right.
And
we've seen Boo do that before.
Oh, I mean, for somebody like that who's a liar and a fraud and everything, no. She'd just be like, all right, well, we had fun while we had fun. See ya.
Yeah.
So.
Which also, when they were saying, when you're attracted to somebody, it's a reflection of you or whatever, that kind of is. I mean, Linda moves from thing to thing that same way. She seems like she's fallen and then just done. Yeah. Next thing.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we need to get on. I need to see this next episode.
Well, I'm just trying to think if there was one more thing. something's eating at me here. So we had the women downstairs with the Piscatella thing.
Yeah.
We had the bubble. Mm-hmm. We had the meth heads and the guards getting let out.
Lorna.
And
Suzanne.
Lorna. And did we have a flashback
Maria
this time?
The flashback was...
No, we didn't.
No, that was last time. Was Piscatella.
We saw Cindy's mom.
Yeah, what we saw was current. We
Yeah,
saw Benny in the hospital.
Benny in the hospital, which
and
was
we saw
awful.
Cindy's mom and her little sister because she mentioned her little sister.
Right, and the little
so
sister
they showed
saw
that.
the black lattes matter.
Yes,
She's like, and the mom's lying to the sister saying she was transferred. She's like, nope, right here.
Right.
And then we also saw Maria's husband and daughter.
baby, yeah, and a woman trying to pick him up at the
and
grocery store, and his mother saying, "Oh, he's single,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "No, I'm not single."
Yeah, and she's calling Maria a jailbird and everything, and it's like, look, she's not in that long, and they're trying to make this work.
Right.
Why do you have to wedge in there? But she does.
She does.
She is. All right, that's I think it. I think I knew there was something that we hadn't covered, and I wanted to talk about that backstory stuff a little bit, or current story a little bit.
Of course.
So, social media, follow us at Orange is the New Black podcast. No, that's not it. Follow us. That's our Facebook. See, I got that part
there
right.
you go. Do that.
If you go to Instagram or Twitter, just follow us at Orange Podcast. Please rate us and review us. It really helps. And get in conversation with us. Put comments on our Facebook page. Tweet us. Put comments on the Instagram. We love that. And we do respond. We are going to discuss the emails and tweets and things that we get. So, definitely get in there. And you'll get a mention on the show, possibly. You can email at southgatemediagroup@gmail.com. That's it. Martha, you got any final thoughts? Ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right, inmates, back to your cells.